Welcome to A-Level Computer Science at the Boswell School. My name is Miss Cater and I'm the Head of Computing. I'm one of the computer science teachers along with Mr. Vidler, who teaches paper 2. The exam board we use is AQA, and you can follow us on Boswell's Computing at Twitter, where you can find lots of information about apprenticeships, work experience, courses, and other things to do with computer science that you may find interesting. So, this is one of our typical do it now tasks when we start a class. As you'll see, this is looking at logical reasoning, and one of the areas on the A-Level Computer Science is actually looking for your logical reasoning and thought process. So, if this is the type of thing that interests you and you would like to know more, then we would love you to come and have to find out a bit more about computer science at the Boswell School. The course is split into 3 sections, and there are lots and lots of topics within each section, as we'll go on to in a moment. So, this is an outline of the computer science content. As you'll see on the right-hand side, we have paper 1, paper 2, and a non-exam assessment unit. Paper 1, which is 2.5 hours, and it is worth 40% of the A-level. And this is really looking at your programming and your theoretical knowledge. And it looks at the theoretical knowledge of programming, data structures, algorithms, and computation. And the question that we've just seen is from the unit Theory of Computation. The paper 2 then goes through the more theory content on data representation, computer systems, computer organisation and architecture, consequences of uses of computing, communication and networking, databases, big data, and functional programming. There's quite a lot of subjects and topics within that unit. Now, some of them may seem familiar if you've done GCSE computer science, but these go into a lot more depth and really delve into the science behind how this all works. The non-exam assessment, as you'll see, is worth 20%. And this is really a project that we try to get students to look at, to maybe learn a different programming language, to act as a portfolio piece for them to take to employers or for their work experience or for their university course. So it's a really good opportunity if they have time and they have a passion for computer science to really engage in this part of the unit. The skills and the knowledge that's assessed in this is practical. So they go through the systems life cycle of how to solve a problem, and then they create a solution that solves that problem. Now, it is only worth 20%, but it is quite a big chunk. This is a project that students tend to do a lot at home, and they have coaching and mentoring on that. So that really gives you an overview of the content covered within the course. And the way that the course is assessed through those 3. Now, as we go through the 2 years of A-level, the course is assessed under each topic, and then it's assessed at the end of each unit. You will also have a selection of exam questions that you would go through so that you understand how the exams are structured and how you need to answer the questions. For paper 1, this is very practical, so you complete paper 1 on a computer. You are given a preliminary material and a skeleton program, which is done in object-oriented programming in Python, and you're asked to manipulate and change some of the program during the period of the exam. So your 2.5-hour exam is actually on the computer. There are also lots of trace tables, adjacency matrix, and things like that. Okay, so just to talk a little bit more about the non-exam assessment, there are a lot of YouTube videos that show you some of the A-level NEA AQA projects. So you can just search in YouTube for A-level NEA AQA projects, and they'll give you an idea as to the type of thing that you could do. The non-exam assessment is very important. It must solve a problem. So it can't just be, I would like to do this, therefore I'm going to do it, because there's a lot of information that you have to go through to be able to actually produce your solution. If you are using Python, then it's suggested for it to be complex and pass as an A-level project, you must use object-oriented programming. As I said before, it does give you an opportunity to learn a different language. The solution is worth 42 marks on its own. So the reason that we really love AQA is because it is really technical. So you get to get a lot of the marks just for the actual solution that you produce. And a grade does make a difference. So if you potentially do not do as well on the non-exam assessment, then that can drag your grade down overall. So as I mentioned before, on paper 1, there are an awful lot of trace tables. Some people like trace tables and some people really don't like trace tables. The main thing to understand from here is that this is the type of thing that you need to understand about how the program actually works. Lots of people write programs, but it's actually what is the computer doing as it traces through each step of the iteration and the selection. And there's a solution, just in case you want to have a go. Also, it's useful to have a look at the mark scheme, because the mark scheme allows us to show that you get marked for columns being corrected and not rows if you miss out rows. So if you have any questions, then please email me. My email is pcr@boswells-school.com, or you can follow us on Twitter, and we hope to see you at Boswells School Computer Science next year. You are welcome to do any further research that you would like to do around the subject. One of the best things that some of my students do is actually look at different university courses to see what they would like to do, what areas of computer science they would like to study in the future. That would give you an indication of what you potentially would like to do with your A-level. Enrichment opportunities that take place, we have an awful lot of enrichment activities. We link up with different schools, we link up with different universities, different companies. We've been to BT Christmas lectures every Christmas, where we've learned about quantum computing, we've learned about some of the 5G and how BT are doing that, how they analyse all the data that comes in. We've also entered quite a lot of cyber security challenges, so there's quite a lot to get involved with if you would like to. Again, any questions, then please email me. If you'd like more information, then again, please get in touch. Please follow our Twitter feed, because we do put an awful lot of information on there as well. Thank you.